Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, I want to go over some new rumors that are swirling around the League of Legends world. I wanted to call them LEC rumors since obviously, as you guys can see, they are concerning a LEC or at least a European player, and that is VTO, the LEC MVP of the spring split of 2022. And he was on a contract year. You know, he was going to be a free agent this coming offseason no matter what, but also obviously Misfits no longer exist, and it seems like pretty much all the players in their roster are going to be able to explore their options for the 2023 season no matter what. But even if that didn't happen, he was still set to be a free agent. So we have been preparing for, again, an MVP level player to be hitting the free agent markets and really rounding out this class that is all of a sudden becoming very, very insane. Like VTO is about to be a free agent. Oduwamne is about to be a free agent. You know, we're hearing that Yankos is available. Flockhead is available. Again, all the Misfits players are available. We still have Reckless out there. We have Mickey looking to get sold off by Excel. I mean, this free agent class is insane. And then you still have the guys like Selfmade and other players like that out there. Plus whoever's going to be leaving some of these teams we haven't even heard about yet. This is just going to be a super, super spicy offseason. But I want to go over some rumors for VTO and some potential landing spots for him in this video. So first, I want to talk about this tweet from October 2nd. This was obviously a while ago, you know, like 3 weeks ago or something. But I do still think it is relevant. I wanted to talk about it sooner, but it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. There's been a ton of stories. I've been busy with world stuff, yada, yada, yada. But here he is. He tweeted out on October 2nd, well, arrived in LA, Los Angeles, California, the United States. Zabutin gave me a king setup. I'm autofill 80 carry all games, and tonight stream solo queue and champions queue. Now, I don't know why he was autofill 80 carry all games. I'm thinking he's just saying, hey, I was getting autofill that sucked, whatever. But the big things here are that he was in Los Angeles with Zabutin. I know that I believe he's still in the United States now. I think he was at the Rogue game yesterday with like Lore and Zabutin and hanging out in New York City with all these guys. But he's been going all over the United States. And yes, it is the off season. So, hey, you know, travel around, hang out with your friends, do what you're going to do. Also, Worlds is obviously in North America. So I think he's been coming here to like boot camp, you know, play solo queue, champions queue, that type of stuff against all the Worlds players and, you know, all the high level players that are here in North America during these couple weeks. But I think what the rumor going around is that while here, VTO has also potentially been in talks with some North American teams, with some LCS teams. Now, that does not necessarily mean that he is going to come to the LCS. I do think it's possible. I do think that there are some rumors swirling around that he has maybe been trying out or talking with some LCS teams. I think some of the teams that make the most sense and some of the teams being thrown around are the two main teams being TSM and Team Liquid. Obviously, Team Liquid is a team that, one, is starting to maybe start looking more towards the future. And yes, VTO is not going to be cheap. And yes, he was an MVP this season, but this is still a relatively young and inexperienced guy who has a bright, bright, bright future ahead of him. You know, this is somebody who, whoever gets VTO in this offseason, they're hoping he is going to be the face of their franchise for years and years and years to come. So that doesn't necessarily not align with Team Liquid's strategy. And it seems like Bjergsen is likely going to be leaving Team Liquid. They're likely going to have a mid lane position open. VTO would make a ton of sense for them. And then TSM. Obviously, TSM is in a big rebuilding phase after losing Bjergsen, Doublelift, Spica, you know, all these guys going a million different directions. TSM doesn't necessarily have a good direction going in towards the future, and some people are saying, oh, getting VTO could be like when they got Bjergsen like 6 or 7 years ago or whatever, a young up-and-coming, very, very talented player in Europe who has a chance to define your franchise for years to come. But again, the rumors are that he's talked to these teams, maybe trying out for these teams, maybe something's going on. Again, I can't confirm that. I don't know this stuff for sure. But this is, you know, some of the rumors going around, and I think it does make sense. Now, I have heard some European fans, some French fans, whatever, VTO fans that watch him on stream, and apparently what he has said is like, no, you know, I'm not going to go to NA. I'm an LEC player. I'm a European player. I'm going to be staying in the LEC. I'm just in North America to boot camp, and I want to boot camp every offseason where Worlds is, and yada, 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 all this stuff, hanging out with Zabutin. You know, he's been downplaying it a lot, which is fine. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean he's coming to the LCS or North America or whatever, but I think it would be really, really silly. And I think it would honestly be pretty foolish. Doesn't mean I'm confirming this. Doesn't mean I can confirm this. Doesn't mean I know for sure. Doesn't mean there's a 100% chance. But I think there's a very, very strong possibility that while he's in the United States, while he's in Los Angeles, while he's around, Champions Queue and all this stuff, that he is very, 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 very likely at least talking to some of these LCS teams. Even if he thinks or knows in his mind that there's no way that he would come to North America. But even then, we've heard players and we've thought players before that, there were, and we thought there was no chance of them ever coming to North America. Like, who would have thought that Perks was ever going to end up in North America? That would have seemed totally ridiculous. That would have seemed like no way. And you can say, oh, VTO's different. The situation's different. Oh, VTO's even less likely than Perks, yada, yada, yada. I'm just saying crazy stuff happens every once in a while. But if you are VTO, you are set to be a free agent. It would be beneficial to you to talk and try out for some North American teams to potentially negotiate with them and get some offers for them. Then you can at least see what your value is. How much would a North American team be willing to pay me? What kind of roster could they put together? What could they offer me? What can they promise me? And at the very least, you could take that back to your negotiations in Europe. I think it would be a disservice to VTO, and I think him and his team, his manager, his agents, whatever the heck he has going on, would be doing a bad job if they came to North America and he was here for 3 weeks and whatever, and they never had conversations with LCS teams, they never tried out for LCS teams, and they never negotiated with them even a little bit. If I'm TL, if I'm TSM, I'm absolutely, hey, every day he's here, we're freaking blowing up his phone. We're giving him a call. We're seeing if he can come down. We're seeing if he can try out. We're seeing if we can talk with them. We're seeing if we can try to convince him in any way. But again, even if I'm in the VTO camp, even if I think or know or whatever, there's no way I'm coming to North America. I hate the LCS. I hate the United States, yada, yada, yada. Again, he's also choosing to vacation here, hang out here, whatever. So I don't believe that that's necessarily true. And just because he's saying certain things on stream, that doesn't necessarily mean it's true either. But again, I think it's very, very possible that he has been trying out for some LCS teams, and I think there's at least some sliver of chance we could see, VTO maybe be the latest player to leave Europe, jump ship, and head to the LCS. But of course, I think there are some really, really fun LEC options as well. Looking around, I know one of the biggest names that he has been rumored to is definitely Excel, because Excel had Nuke Duck. Nuke Duck was fine in 2023 or in 2022, but looking ahead to 2023, Excel didn't make Worlds. They got to make some upgrades. They're looking to make some big moves. They're looking to do some things there. And Excel had a good team. Patrick was a beast. Marcoon was a beast. Mickey was good at times. And getting a really, really good mid laner, MVP level mid laner, could help push Excel to the next level. But now all of a sudden we're hearing things about, not going, trying to sign a new jungler, maybe not bringing back Marcoon, because Marcoon's free agent. He can go wherever he wants. But then also maybe selling off Mickey. So Excel starts to make less sense. Maybe VTO to SK, because the rumors are that SK wants to spend a bunch of money. They want to form some kind of super team. And like I said, there's a ton of great free agents out there. You grab VTO, you grab Yankos, you grab Mickey. You start to have a pretty interesting team there already on paper. And then I think the only other team that could even make a little bit of sense would be Fnatic if Humanoid wants to leave. If Humanoid is the mid laner that ends up wanting to go to North America, or if Humanoid ends up going to another team or something different like that. I don't know if he didn't like the Fnatic situation. I don't know. But there's not a whole lot of places that stand out to me as a surefire landing spot for VTO, like a home run, absolute, oh, he's going to this team. They're going to have a great team. He's going to get a ton of money. I don't know. But then same thing on the LCS side, since they're cutting back spending and funding for a lot of these teams and stuff. They're not going to be able to throw this, huge, super insane mega contract at him. So I don't know. But again, from what we know, for the past couple of weeks, VTO has been in the United States. He's been in Los Angeles, been in New York City. Make of that what you will. If you want to speculate that means, something about him potentially coming to the LCS, sure. If you don't, that's totally fine. But no, he has been here. He's been playing Champions Queue. He's been playing, some solo queue, all that kind of stuff. Maybe at the very least, he's testing out North America to see what life is like over here. I don't know. But again, from what we're hearing, he has been potentially at least talking with, chatting with, trying out for a couple LCS teams, and I don't know. He's going to be one of the biggest free agents on the market. I know Wooloo has put out some posts about him being a very, very big domino, which is no surprise. I know there's a lot of teams out there that are hoping to have VTO services in 2023, and then once they don't get him, then they're going to have to fall back to plan B, C, D, E, whatever, and that's really when the offseason will get moving. So hopefully we get some VTO news sooner rather than later. Hopefully he does make a decision. At the end of the day, I don't think he's likely to come to the LCS. I assume he will stay in the LEC, but I would love to have him over here. But just know there's still a chance. Pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.